I remember the night I was laying in bed and I woke up to the sound of a car pulling into the driveway, lights shining in through my bedroom window. And I was instantly terrified. This man was back, and I didn't know what mood he was in, how much more he had to drink. I heard him fumbling with the keys, and he walked in through the front door, and I pretended to lay there and sleep. He walked into the room, and he sat on the edge of the bed, and he started to cry. And he started to beg for forgiveness, and I started to cry too. But this time I was crying because I was so scared that he'd find out that I had already spoken to the police. This man that I had spent 7 years with had never changed into the man I thought he'd become. He got worse. And in fact, he learned of all my weaknesses and somehow utilized them. I remember I would beg him, please don't do this in front of the kids. And somehow it was as if he got more gratification doing it that way. See, that was the first time that I looked over at my son and I saw nothing. He was unfazed, unbothered by the abuse that was going on right in front of him. He was already 4 and he had seen more things that I couldn't dream of being done to my mother. Suddenly, there was a bang at the door and I jumped. He got up frantically and started asking me, "Did you talk to the police?" I stared at him and with my eyes saying, "Please, don't hurt me." When I had left earlier, I stopped at a fire station and tried to calm my boys down. I had 2 police officers approach my vehicle and ask me what I was doing there in the middle of the night. And I told them, I said, "Officers, me and my children's father got into a fight. I'm just waiting for things to cool down before I go home." So they asked me a few questions and then they escorted me home and he wasn't there. So we went inside and we finally got some sleep. Well, they came back that night. He opened up the front door for them and they arrested him right there in front of us, in front of my son, while my son cried out to his father. That night, I vowed that I would never, ever go back. I did not want my son to experience another day like that. I had gone back too many times, and enough was enough. The love that I had for those boys and the vision that I had for their future was greater than my weaknesses and the unworthiness that I felt for myself. And so the journey of healing began.